join us at this time. This is news analysis coming to you on Politics and Business Television. The headlines. Edo governorship poll Independent National Electoral Commission to increase transport commitments to transport unions ahead of Saturday election. Civil Society Organization of Nigeria call on Niger Delta State to take proactive measures against flood. And now the Dangote petrol Nigerians to pay 950 naira per litre. Details coming up shortly. Welcome back. I am Idris Amina. Let's begin with the upcoming gubernatorial election in Edo State, where the ongoing nationwide flood crisis has forced the Independent National Electoral Commission to increase its financial commitment to the transport unions that would be involved in Saturday's Edo State governorship election. It was learned that the adjustment was in response to the recent surge in fuel prices, which has impacted the operational cost of transport companies. The decision followed a meeting held last Friday at the INEC State Office in Benin City, the Edo State capital. Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman Rotimi Oyekami revealed this on Monday. The meeting, chaired by INEC boss Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, had the electoral body holding discussions with representatives of the three major transport unions: National Union of Road Transport Workers, National Association of Road Transport Owners, and the Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria. The discussions, which culminated into a new memorandum of understanding that addressed various concerns related to the election logistics, came after concerns were raised about the availability and cost of transportation for the timely distribution of election materials such as ballot boxes, voting machines, and other sensitive resources. Onyekami noted that the revised funding aimed to ensure the unions effectively contributed to the smooth conduct of the election. He further noted that the unions would mobilize their resources and workforce to support the election process, pledging their cooperation to ensure a successful outcome. Meanwhile, the price of premium motor spirits, popularly called petrol, produced by the Dangote Petroleum Refinery and released by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited on Monday, may justify the importation of the commodity into Nigeria. Oil marketers have said. Dealers also stated that vessels of imported petrol should start arriving in Nigeria from today, as they called for transparency in the pricing of the PMS produced by the Dangote refinery. This came as the organized private sector faulted the role of NNPC as the sole off-taker of petrol from the $20 billion Lekki-based refinery. They called for competition in the space, adding that NNPC's role as sole off-taker would not encourage this. On Monday, NNPC announced that it would sell the petrol lifted from the Dangote refinery at a price above 8,000 naira per litre in the far north. A spokesperson, Olufemi Soneye, in a statement explained that the price may go as high as 1,019 naira per litre in Borno State and 999 naira in Abuja, Sokoto, Kano, and others. In Oyo, Rivers, and other areas in the south, it will be 960 naira per litre. The lowest price, according to an infographic released by the NNPC, is 950 naira per litre in Lagos and its environs. And now, as flood devastates northern states, a civil society of organization Action Aid Nigeria yesterday urged Niger Delta governments, especially and other southern states, to urgently take proactive measures against looming flood disaster. It will be recalled last week the Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Engineer Joseph Utsev, during a press briefing, alerted the governors and local government chairmen in the Niger Delta region and other southern states to put in place measures to mitigate the coming flood disaster that would hit the region following the rising levels of rivers Niger and Benue. Country Director Andrew Mamedu advised the governors and relevant agencies to take immediate and proactive measures to mitigate the impact of the predicted flood. This includes evacuating residents in flood-prone areas to safe zones and providing emergency shelters, conducting public awareness campaigns to educate citizens on flood safety measures, ensure drainage systems are clear and functional to prevent blockages, and stockpile emergency relief materials such as food, water, and sanitation kits. This is news analysis coming to you on Politics and Business Television. Still to come, SIM card to national identity number registration. Linkage 65 million GSM lines risk disconnection. Details of this and more after the break. Welcome back. Now, about 65 million phone lines are at risk of disconnection after telecom operators refuse to grant subscribers an extension to the National Identification Number Subscriber Identity Model Linkage deadline. The final deadline expired on September 14, 2024, and the Nigeria Communications Commission, the telecom regulator, expected that no SIM card would remain active without a verified NIN from September 15th. Analysis suggests that approximately 65 million lines remain at risk, as an estimated 1 million lines could not have been linked between the NCC's deadline announcement and the actual cut-off date. The telecom regulators data from March 2024 follows there were 219 million active lines across major networks such as MTN, Glo, Airtel, and 9Mobile, with 153 million linked to NINs. This means that about 66 million lines were unlinked to NIN after the NCC's deadline announcement. Meanwhile, the chairman of the Association of Licensed Telecom Operators of Nigeria, Benga Adebayo, discarded the idea of a deadline extension and confirmed on Monday that the disconnection process is already ongoing. Meanwhile, as part of measures to prevent extortion and enhance service delivery, the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board says it has concluded arrangements to fully automate its services to reduce physical contact with candidates. The JAMB Registrar, Professor Ishaq Oloyede, said this had become important given that many of the candidates who take the UTME are underage. This was noted in a bulletin of the board cited on its website on Monday. The bulletin quoted JAM Registrar Professor Ishaq Oloyede as explaining that limiting physical contacts would address issues of extortion and exploitation. And now the Chief of Air Staff, Hassan Abubakar, has disclosed plans to deploy a quick response wing to the northwest region of the country to enhance military presence in vulnerable communities. A quick response wing in the Air Force refers to troops on standby ready to respond to emergencies. Abubakar, according to a statement on Tuesday by the Deputy Director of Public Relations and Information for the Nigerian Air Force, Group Captain Kabiru Ali, made this disclosure during an operational tour of the air components of Operation Hadarin Daji and the 213 Forward Operating Base in Katsina State. He revealed that the NAF has intensified airstrikes against criminal elements in the northwest and is working to deploy a quick response wing to increase military presence in vulnerable communities. Governor Radda expressed confidence that the effort to protect farmers and increase military presence in high-risk areas would ensure a safe environment for the next harvest season. He lauded the NAV's commitment to enhancing security in the region and pledged continued military to safeguard the lives and livelihoods of the people of Katsina State. So you're watching news analysis on Politics and Business TV. According to the estimated pump prices of petrol obtained from the Dangote refinery across NNPC retail stations in the country based on September 2024 pricing, Dangote petrol to sell at 950 naira per litre in Lagos and above 950 in other states in Nigeria. Why is Dangote PMS more expensive? Join us shortly as we discuss this with our guest for the day. See you after the break. Welcome back. Hopes for a potential reduction in petrol prices following the commencement of the supply from Dangote refinery were dashed yesterday as an NPC Limited released a new pricing template that raised pump prices by about 11% to 950 naira per litre. The pump price of petrol was increased by over 445% 2 weeks ago, apparently in anticipation of the refinery's output. But amid disagreements between NPC and Dangote refinery over pricing of the product, a statement by Chief Corporate Communications Officer NNPC Olufemi Soneye clarified that Dangote petrol will not sell cheaper. A document titled Estimated Pump Price based on Dangote refinery September 2024 PMS supply showed that petrol from the refinery will have a base cost of 898 naira per litre. Additional costs such as Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority charge of 4 naira and 495 kobo, Midstream and Gas Infrastructure Fund charge of 4 naira 495 kobo, distribution and logistic cost of 42 naira, all added up to bring the effective pump price in Lagos area to 950 naira per litre from the current rate of 855 per litre. NNPC also adjusted the price of the products across the country for its stations, with Abuja now at 992 per litre from 897 naira per litre. The price for Kaduna, Kano and Sokoto has also increased to 992 naira, while consumers in Borno area will pay the highest pump price at 1,019 naira per